Hey guys, how's it going? Today I am going to do a first impression let's play review of a game called Industry Giant 4 or maybe 4.0. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be said. As always with all of my first impression let's play reviews, I'm going to be playing the game for an hour or more until I'm satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game and tell you whether or not, in my opinion, the game is worth $25. As always, if you are in a hurry and you only want to hear what I think about the game and my final opinion on the game, then you can skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put a timestamp in the description below, and you can just skip to that timestamp if you only want to hear my quick, concise, final opinion on the game and whether or not I can recommend the game. But otherwise, if you're not in such a hurry and you can just basically stick around to hear my full opinion on the game as I play through the game. I will be giving you my running commentary as I play through the game, and I will be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as I play through the game today. And also, as always, my videos do contain swearing, so if you are not a fan of swearing, then you should probably not watch the video. Anyway, I've never played Industry Giant. I thought that Industry Giant 4.0, it was just like the way the game is named, but it actually turns out that there have been 3 Industry Giant games before this game was um, released. If we alt tab over here quickly, unfortunately the music of the game stops because that's the way the game is made, unfortunately. So if you have a look over here quickly, this is the Steam page for the game. Now, right now the game is pretty much sitting at a 5 out of 10 on Steam, which is really quite bad. That's really quite bad, but obviously we will be making our own determination on whether or not the game is good. So when I looked at the game, I saw that there is a 1.0. So if you look here, 1.0 Industry Giant released in 1997, and also Industry Giant 2 released in 2015. So that's pretty much 18 years later that Industry Giant 2.0 was released. And then I did a little bit of digging to see where is Industry Giant 3.0, because the Steam page only has 1.0 and 2.0. It doesn't have 3.0. So I had to do a little bit of digging, and uh, there's quite a big story behind Industry Giant 3.0. First off, the game wasn't called Industry Giant 3.0. It was released, it was being developed by a German developer, and the German developer's name is Conda. You can see here Conda Capital Group. That is the developers who were developing it. So this is like a, a little bit of a promotional video for the Kickstarter. This is a German Kickstarter type website, and they uh, got 83,000 euro of investment, which is like, at this point, like, this is more than 10 years ago. At this point, it was over $100,000. So they basically got $100,000 to develop this game, and long story short, it never got released at all. You can see people talking about the game over here, Industry Giant 3. This article, well, this forum is in German, so I can read a little bit of German, but for the purposes of this video. I'm making it English, so there's people explaining over here that the game developers basically ran away with the money. The $100,000 never resulted in a game actually being released, and I was able to find some gameplay of the game. You can see this is from 10 years ago, and I was able to find a gameplay of the game, but the game looks really, really shitty. Like, honestly, it looks really, really uh, bad. This guy also recorded the video in very low quality, so there's a lot of artifacting in the video. But anyway, this is gameplay from Industry Giant 3. The development build that was sent out during the period, like you can see here. Here they are saying in German that um, various builds of the game have been sent out even as recent, quote unquote recent, even though it's 6 years ago, as recent as 2018, there was a development build sent out. So I couldn't find uh, gameplay of that. The only one that I could find was from 2014. The video that we just looked at is from 2014. So they stopped development in 2018 with no further updates. You can see here on the page, this is the latest update, and there's no further updates after this. So if you do a little bit of digging, you can find out that basically they stopped development on Industry Giant 3 completely, and then Toplets bought the rights to the game. They bought back the rights. Now, Toplets is the company that held the rights for Industry Giant 1 and Industry Giant 2 as well. So you can see here Industry Giant 2 released in 2015 and Industry Giant 1. Where's Industry Giant 1? There, Industry Giant 1 released 1997. So Toplets have held the rights for the game, but for some reason they didn't have the rights of Industry Giant 3. That's the story that I'm deciphering. But still, somebody ran away with $100,000 and no game was delivered, which is not good. And now I don't know what's going on really, because the development of Industry Giant 4 is supposedly not being done by this German company anymore. It is now being done by a different German company, which is Don versus Dodo. And you can see here it's German. And they are located in Germany. So it just so happens that this German company ran away with the money, and now it's being developed by a different German company. I don't know why. Like, the chances of it going from one German developer that ran away with the money to another German developer is very little. Honestly, uh, it's a little bit suspicious. So this German company is a very small German company. They have about 10 developers in this team. So it's a very small developer that is now developing this game. Only about 10 developers. So very small team. So far, the reviews are not good at all. There's a little bit of bullshittery going on with people running away with money who are also German. So I don't know. Maybe this company rebranded into this company. I don't know. It's a little bit fishy, to be honest. So yeah, that's the backstory that I'm seeing so far with this uh, game. So it's not a good history so far. Like the previous game, you can see 7 out of 10. That's not terrible. And then this game was actually pretty good. Uh, 8.5 out of 10. That's not bad at all. But now this one is down to 5 out of 10. So yeah. And yeah, that's the backstory that I could see so far with this game, because I always like to see if a developer is good or not. You know, if a developer is doing immoral things, then I will bring that up. This developer actually has never made a game since like I think they said 1996 or something like that. If you go over here to their page where they have all of their games, this Don versus Dodo, and then they made Intellivision skiing apparently from the 1980s. So Intellivision skiing, you can see here 1980. So that's the only game that they have ever made. They say that they made this game, but this game has never been released. The Frontier Saloon, you cannot find it anywhere on the internet. And if you look over here, they say that development have been cancelled. They say paused, but it's cancelled. So they've never made a game other than this game. So why on earth Toplets, who holds the rights to the game, would give the project to a developer who has only ever made one game from 40 years ago, 44 years ago? Like, why they would do that, I just don't understand. Like I already said, it's a really, really dirty. This entire situation surrounding Industry Giant 3, the people who ran away with the money with Industry Giant 3 being German, and then Toplets giving the rights to a different, supposedly different German developer, and this German developer has only ever created a game from 44 years ago. I mean, that's sneaky. That's really suspicious. I'm really suspicious about this entire situation. I think that it's possible that these people that ran away with the money are literally these people. That's possible, but anyway, it's just a really a stinky situation. And the fact that the game is really bad, seemingly really bad, 5 out of 10, is also just adding even more stinkiness to the entire stinky situation. So anyway, with that situation being out in the open now, hopefully, even though it's not very clear, the waters are still definitely very murky. Um, with that out of the way, I think we can now have enough backstory on the game to hopefully um, see if we should support this developer or not. Because right now, this developer seems a little bit sneaky. I just don't really understand why Toplets would have given the contract to this developer who has never created a game in 44 years. That's just really, really weird. So anyway, let's continue with the review. So looking at the options so far, there's an issue with the audio. There is no mute audio when focus lost toggle. There should be a toggle over here saying mute audio when focus lost. So that is a quality of life feature which is completely missing. And then otherwise than that, also your mouse cursor should be confined maybe this. Let's see. Nope, still doesn't work. Your mouse cursor should be confined to the active window. There should usually be a toggle over here or on the graphics panel that uh, limits your mouse cursor to the active window, but there isn't. So every time that you scroll to the edge of your screen, your mouse cursor goes off onto your second screen if you have a second monitor. So that's also another missing quality of life feature. Otherwise than that, I don't really see anything really terrible, to be honest. There is no 240 FPS and no 360 FPS either. Those are two missing options over there. So that's also another missing option that should be in the game. Ideally, they should just give you a slider over here instead of doing this drop-down menu, which is missing 240 and 360. They should rather just give you a slider so that you can customize the FPS to whatever you want. But yeah, otherwise than that, I don't see any massive issues. It's just those two quality of life features that are missing. So anyway, with that being said, we can jump into the game. So company, and then scenario. So we're going to take the biggest one, because obviously why would you want to take a small map? We're not going to do the intro tutorial. I don't do intro tutorials. If they are standalone, I don't do that. The game must contain a tutorial, meaning while you are playing the game. So we are just gonna play the game with the in-game tutorial. I don't do standalone tutorials. So we're gonna take the biggest map, because obviously why would you not take the biggest map? It's a little bit stupid that you can't adjust the size of the map of these ones, you know, like if you like this layout with the green and the trees, a relatively flat area, why can't you just increase the size of the map, you know? Or if you like the mountains but you just want a bigger map with the mountains, then why don't they allow you to increase the size of the map? You know, they should allow you to do that. Most of these economy type city building type games allow you to do that. They allow you to select the topography of the map of the area you're playing in, and the size of the map, and the amount of mountains, all of those kinds of things. They allow you to customize that, and this game doesn't allow you to customize that. So yeah, start date, we're gonna leave that as the default. We're gonna leave everything on medium, because that's basically normal difficulty. You can click on custom for some reason, but that doesn't do anything. I don't know why custom is even there. That doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's that then. You even get an achievement for just starting a map. That's weird. Welcome to Industry Giant. Your goal is to supply customers in the city with goods and thus make the city grow. To get started, click on the city. What, this city over here, I'm assuming. Okay, so I accidentally pressed F9, which apparently loads the game. It might be like quick load or something, you know. quick save, quick load. So I actually intentionally pressed F9 and now the game is loading, but it's been loading for a while. Like it's been loading for like 2 minutes now already. So I don't know, like we already encountered our first bug in the game, I think, because this seems like a completely infinite loading screen for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what it's even loading, because I mean we literally just entered into the game. So when you press quick loading or quick saving, whatever, what is it really loading? Because I haven't created the save yet, so I don't know what it's loading. But the fact that it's loading something and it has taken already over 3 minutes, honestly, that I've been waiting already, that's really bad, you know. So this is either just a very, very, very long loading screen, or the game is just stuck in an infinite loading screen loop. So what I'm gonna do to prove to you guys that it is an infinite loading screen is I'm gonna set a timer over here. I can actually do that on the fly while we wait. I just need to find my timer on my computer. Just 1 second. I'm doing this on the fly while we wait. Where the hell is the clock? It's supposed to show the clock. Am I fucking blind? Why don't I see my clock app? Because I have the clock app open, but I'm not seeing the clock app anywhere. Unless OBS, for some reason, is not even detecting the clock app. That might be possible, but that would be really weird. I don't think I've ever seen OBS not be able to detect anything. We can maybe do this. I guess that's okay. So we do this, and then over here you can see the clock. So I'm gonna run the clock, and then you guys will see how long it takes for the loading screen to actually happen. I'm not gonna let you sit here for several minutes. I'm just gonna pause the recording. I will edit the recording, and then I will see you guys in a couple of minutes, and then you will be able to see that this game actually does have either an infinite loading screen, or we will simply be timing how long this loading screen actually takes. So I will see you guys in a couple of seconds. Okay, so I stood up, went and made myself some coffee, walked around a little bit. 20 minutes later, the game is still stuck in a load screen. So this is definitely a bug in the game. So yeah, that's our first bug that we found in the game, and we haven't even really started with the game. So I don't think that's a very good sign, to be honest. So we're gonna Alt F4 the game, and then we're gonna start the game up again. But yeah, that's not a good sign. If it's that easy to find a bug in the game already, then yeah, it's it's uh, it's understandable then why the game is 5 out of 10 on Steam so far. So anyway, let me start up the game again. Just give me a second. Okay, so we're in the game again. Like, if you go over here to load, it doesn't even show anything here. So I honestly don't know what the game was even attempting to load. If you press F9 to load the game, it shouldn't even try to load anything. So that's really bad. So We're just gonna change the quick load to that so that we don't press it again accidentally. And yeah, then we can jump into the game again. We'll probably have to put in our name again, all of those kinds of things. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, and then I saw right when we started up the game that my GPU usage immediately ramped to 100%, which is not good. We're running the game at 2K resolution, and like most of the stuff is on either medium or high. I mean, look at that. So how the hell with my graphics card, which is a 3080 RTX, which is a very powerful graphics card, how the hell does the game immediately ramp to 100% GPU usage with a 3080 RTX? That means that the game's optimization is absolutely fucking terrible. If you can't even run the game at 60 FPS with a 3080 RTX on 2K resolution. That's really, really terrible. So I turned down a couple of things now, so let's see if it's any better now. Oh, and then you have to put in your name again. That's fantastic. Okay, we are at 100% GPU usage again. Yeah, we're still at 100% GPU usage, so I have to turn down the graphics. So it's at 90% GPU usage now. But let's see if I zoom out. Yeah, then it goes to 100. So if you zoom out too much, then it goes to 100% GPU usage. And the game is pulling 310 watts of power right now. That is the maximum that a 3080 RTX can deliver. So it's doing maximum power draw and 90% GPU usage right now. There's also massive tearing. I don't know if you guys can see it in the middle of the screen. There's tearing, which is usually due to the VSync not being on. So let's activate VSync, and then I don't know, we are gonna have to reduce the quality even more because we can't run the game at 100% GPU usage at all. Even when I zoom out, it can't be at 100% GPU usage because that means that my recording software will not be able to function if we are running at 100% GPU usage. Okay, so right now we are at 85% usage, and then when I zoom out, 100. So when you zoom out, it goes to 100. Here it's at 90, still 90. and then 100. Okay, so we just shouldn't zoom out too much, because when you zoom out a lot, then the game ramps to 100% GPU usage. But the game is still at 310 watts of power draw, which I don't mind. I don't mind the game being at maximum power draw, as long as it's not at maximum GPU usage. But yeah, holy hell, like the game, I wonder what the Steam recommended settings are for the game. Let's have a look quickly over here. Okay, well, that's complete bullshit. Let me show you guys over here. So according to the developers, their recommended specs, now this is for with everything on high at 1080p, is 3060, which I absolutely cannot believe. I can't believe that. I mean, we can test it. We can test if the developers are realistic or not. So 1080p and everything on high. Let's test that quickly. So we are gonna set the game to 1080p and then everything on high. Okay, so you can see here, oh, 1080p. So 1080p, everything on high, that's on high, high, everything is on high, and we're not getting 60 FPS. We're getting 55, 51, 52, 53, 54, 52. So yeah, with a 3080 RTX, which is significantly more powerful than a 3060 RTX, we are not able to get 60 FPS in the game. And if I zoom out, it will be even worse. Look at that, 50 FPS. And it goes down to 48, 49 FPS. We hit 44 FPS there as well. So yeah, the developers are... I did put the resolution to 1080p. There, 1080p, apply. You can see the texture changing. We still get the same results. And then when I go back over here, it's still showing 2K resolution, but we did put it on 1080p. You see, 1080p, still the same result. So yeah, the developers saying that you can run the game at 1080p with everything on high is just an outright lie. It's like there's no two ways about it. With a 3060, you will never be able to run this game. at 60 FPS because you can't even run the game at 60 FPS with a 3080, and a 3080 is significantly more powerful than a 3060. Like, I mean, if you guys don't know the differences, I can quickly show you what the power difference is between a 3080 and a 3060. There is a significant power difference, or a performance difference, I should say. So you can see here 3060 on the right side, 3080 on the left side. The 3080 is pretty much twice as powerful as the 3060. Twice as powerful. So I can't even with a 3080, which is twice as powerful as a 3060, I can't even get 60 FPS. In fact, I'm getting 55 FPS to 50, even sometimes 45 FPS on 1080p, on with everything on high, with the 3080 RTX. So there's no fucking way how you will be able to get that with a 3060. You won't even be able to get 40 FPS with a 3060 if you can't get 60 FPS with a 3080. So yeah, the developers are outright lying about the performance of the game on their Steam page, which is not good. It's just not good to lie to your players. So anyway, now we have 2K resolution, far, low, low, medium, 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 low, medium, low, medium. And we should be able to get 60 FPS with this. The game looks shitty, but that's just what you're gonna have to deal with. If you have anything worse than a 3080 RTX, then you're gonna have to set the graphics even worse than this if you want to maintain 30 FPS. I mean, we could set the game 60 FPS. If we could set the game to 30 FPS and then turn the graphics up a little bit. We could definitely do that. The game will look significantly better then, and it just won't run at run at 60 FPS then, but the game will look a lot better. So we can do that maybe. So now we are getting a constant 30 FPS, and the game looks much better. And we can even zoom all the way out. Everything still looks very good. So I think honestly this game's performance is so terrible and the optimization is so bad that you're gonna have to run it at 30 FPS instead of at 60, because the game will look better, and the difference between 60 FPS and 30 FPS is not noticeable in games like this. In a FPS game or a racing game, it is very noticeable, but in a city builder game like this, it honestly is not noticeable. So yeah, I think we're gonna play the game at 30 FPS because the performance is just so fucking terrible. We don't really have any alternative. So anyway, let's read this again. Your goal is to supply customers in cities with goods and thus make the cities grow. To get started, click on a city. Okay, it completely took away the previous tooltip. So how do I see the previous tooltip then? Because I wasn't even finished reading that one, but okay. I guess we're just not gonna know what the previous one said then. This window provides an overview of the total needs of the houses in the city. The needs change with different seasons. If the needs of individual houses are met, they move up a level. The city, on the other hand, builds new buildings if, on average, all houses have well-met needs. New houses are built at the lowest level. When the town fills a zone, it grows into an adjacent zone, which may also change the parameters of the zone. So is this the zones then, basically, so that the town will expand into these zones over year, I'm guessing. So town size 300. What are they demanding? So they're demanding fashion, groceries, and hard, oh no, textile. So they're demanding textile clothes, unpackaged vegetables, and wood shavings. Okay. Oh, here's the previous tooltip. You can then build the appropriate industries and shops, set up lines, and buy vehicles. This window can be opened and closed at any time using the question mark button. Okay. But it looks like the game doesn't have a tutorial. It has these little things, but these things aren't a tutorial. These are simply like little help pop-ups. The game should have a tutorial to guide you through whatever. Now, I've played enough of these types of games. I've played a lot of these types of games to at least know more or less what is logical in these types of games. So obviously down here, you will usually find your buildings, your construction. So construction, oh, and then we get a different tutorial pop-up thing over here. Industries extract and process raw materials into products for customers. Industries are divided into categories, including light and heavy industry, as well as natural resources. Depending on the categories, there are restrictions on which zone an industry can be set up in. This is particularly relevant for farmland, forests, and mineral resources, as these are often only available in small quantities. Other distinctions is the transport mode. Industries have integrated stations for trucks and trains. However, not every industry supports every transport mode. Depending on the scenario, some raw materials must be imported and cannot be extracted. That's stupid. I don't like that. I want to be able to gather everything in the game from the ground. I don't like it when you have to import stuff. Um, so I don't know. I guess we can just start building. They said they want unpackaged vegetables. So we take an agricultural farm. We have 15 million money. So agricultural. So you can build it over there, but I don't want to build it over there. You can build it over here. Oh, the game is now hitting 100% GPU usage for some reason. When we are in this mode, in the building mode, the game immediately ramps to 100% GPU usage. Let me show you guys over here quickly. Look at that. The game ramps to 100% GPU usage when we are in that mode, in the building mode. So even at 30 FPS, the game cannot maintain 30 FPS in that mode. So that's another issue. Like when you enter that building mode, for some reason the developers have spaghetti coding and the game ramps to 100% GPU usage even on a 3080 RTX. So look at that, you can't even maintain 30 FPS. When you go into this mode, look at that, 26 FPS, 27, 24 FPS. Like that's really crazy, 24 FPS. So the game can't even maintain 24 FPS with a 3080 RTX. That shows you how delusional the developers are in thinking that you can run this game at 60 FPS with a 3060 RTX. You can't even do it with a 3080 RTX. How the fuck are you gonna do it with a 3060 RTX, which is almost half as powerful as a 3080 RTX? So yeah, the developers are delusional. So anyway, let's see. So we can place it over there, we can place it over here. Let's do it over here. I don't know, I'm just gonna place it. I'm not sure like if we need to do roads or what we need to do, but I'm just gonna place it. Can we rotate? How do you rotate? Oh, Q and E, okay. Construction progress. Okay, so we need to unpause the game to build that one. So they said they wanted vegetables, and then they also wanted clothes. So how do you get clothes? Okay, there's textiles. But what do you actually do? Like, I'm assuming you need to put a product in to get the clothes out. Cotton. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to make one for vegetables and one for cotton. And the other one was wood shavings. So there's wood. There's wood shavings. So we're gonna have to make a wood logging camp. Why can't you build anywhere here? You can only build there and there. And then there. Like, why? The restrictions is really stupid. Like, there's trees over there, there's trees over there. Okay, then let's start the time so that we can get the buildings going. Okay, and the buildings are done. So then I'm assuming we click on them. Place field. Oh, you need to place fields as well. Okay, so of course I can't place it over there. Okay, and then production. Products in industries are manufactured on production lines Using recipes, the recipes determine which input products are required. In addition, recipes have a minimum duration and of 1 or more quarters. Capacity can also be used to determine how many products should be prepared in a period of time. Production lines can produce different products each quarter. This is particularly useful if products are only needed seasonally. In return, the maximum selectable utilization increases the longer recipes are scheduled. Okay, so the longer you schedule something, the more benefit you get, basically. In order to still be able to produce several different products or to increase capacity, additional product lines can be added. Okay. Go away, please. So unpackaged vegetables, it's what they were asking for. So we select that. And then efficiency. Okay, so I guess we put it to maximum. I don't know why you wouldn't put it to maximum. Like, for what reason would you put it over here instead of over here? Like, why wouldn't you do that? It reduces the cost of the units and it increases the efficiency. All of that shit. Okay. So that one should be done. So that one is making vegetables, and then this one will make cotton. Okay, so that's done. Now, how do I get the vegetables to the town? Oh, that's extremely useful. Look at that incredibly useful pop-up right there, the tooltip. It's literally blank. That's incredibly useful. Okay, so we take it over here. Please get out of my way. So how do you select the town? Okay, so I can't select the town, so why can't I select the town? Do I need to take it to a grocery store, maybe? I'm just assuming that you might have to take it to a grocery store, so let's try that. So that place wants vegetables, and then let's see if there's another place that might want vegetables as well. Yeah, they also want vegetables. So I can place another one over here. So it requires 7,000 per year. This one requires 10,000 per year. And this place generates 3,000 per year. So that means I have to build 2 for this place and 3 for this place. So that's 5. So basically 6. I basically need to build 6 of these to satisfy the vegetable needs. But before we do that, I first need to figure out how to actually get the resources from year to year. Do I need to build a road, or what do I need to do? Okay, I guess I can't select that one yet. It first needs to be built. Okay, so it goes from the farm to the grocery place. Okay, so is that it, I guess? I don't know. Apply, I guess. No depot selected. To add new stops, click on a highlighted building in the world. So honestly, I don't know exactly. Like it says up here, no depot selected. And then when you click on it, it says context, help, description, no depot selected, which is extremely useful. That's massively useful. That tells me everything I need to know about the issue that we are currently having. A really amazingly useful tooltip right there. So I guess let's have a look here. Let's attempt to figure it out on our own. That's not a depot. What's this? Production chain. Nothing there. Truck depot. Okay. So I don't know. Let's see. You can build this one anywhere, seemingly. So this, well, basically anywhere. This is the first building that we've seen that you can actually build basically anywhere. I don't know. Let's just build it like honestly wherever. Okay, there we go. It also would have been really useful if it said no truck depot selected instead of just saying no depot selected. Okay, so now we go over here. Truck line. What should we do? Add stop, or should the stop be before? I'm not sure. So you take the vegetables and you take it over to the depot. Why doesn't it want to select the depot? It can select the grocery place, but it can't select the depot. So I don't understand. It doesn't allow me to select the depot. So if I select a depot, the maintenance on this one is double what this one is, but the size is not double. With this one, it is double. So why would you take that one over this one? I would rather have more trucks than having bigger trucks, because more trucks means you can do more deliveries. So let's take the smaller truck. Amount, is that the actual amount of trucks or what? So how much will this actually cost us per quarter? because this is the base amount that you're gonna pay, but it doesn't show the amount per quarter that you're gonna have to pay. So you can save about $25,000 by waiting an additional 30 days. Well, that's fine. We will wait 30 days. So delivery date is 5 July. So I guess we just wait now. I still don't understand the road line thing, because it doesn't say, like, I can't add on this line over here, this one here, I can't add the depot, and yet it tells me no depot selected over there. So I don't understand, like, what the issue is or how to solve it. So anyway, we need definitely more vegetable places. So let's build 5 more vegetable places. Maximum number of buildings in zone reached. Okay, that's stupid. So they even limit you on the amount of a building that you can build in a zone. That's really arbitrary and stupid. So we've got 2 over there, we've got 1 over there, then I need another 2. And then 1 more. And then all of these are gonna become vegetable places. This thing is in my way, but I can't... Okay, there we go. I clicked on it. This one still doesn't want to go away. Like, I'm clicking on it, but it doesn't want to go away. Okay, so that one is done, and then this one. It's stupid that you have to do this for each and every one of your places. Also, why is the music like sexy jazz music? Why are they playing sexy jazz music in a economy builder game? Listen to that. It's sexy jazz music. Okay, I think that's all. I think. Okay, so now we just wait for our trucks to arrive until the 5th of July. We can't do anything else without having trucks. So we just have to wait. A lot of these names are German. You can see Unterweiler, Mittelweiler, Katzweiler, Riefenberg. All of these are German. Okay, there we go. We should have our trucks now. Okay, vehicles 12 will be auto assigned. Okay. So what does that mean exactly? So if you go over here again, station, this one. So let's start from the beginning. So we delete that one. New truck line. Agricultural farm 1. Unpackaged vegetables. Then the stop should, in my opinion, be the depot. But anyway, we can't select the depot, so we will select the grocery store. And then that's it. So vegetables, apply. So the vegetables go from here and they go drop the vegetables over there. Load, that's correct, and then unload, that's correct. Do we need to change this amount? What? I guess, I don't know. The maximum amount, I guess. And then truck depot 1, apply. Okay, are you happy now? No path to groceries. Okay. So do we need to create a road then, I guess? How do you build a road? Okay, there we go. So it has access to the town now. I don't want it to be a bridge. I don't like bridges. It must just be on the ground. And then that one over there as well. So how in the hell am I supposed to connect these? Why is there even such a gigantic difference in the... I mean, they're literally placed next to each other, yet look at the gigantic difference in the elevation. How does that make any sense? So basically I'm gonna have to do like a fucking crazy ring road or something like that. Which is absolutely unnecessary. Okay, I can do that for some reason, which is hilarious. Also, what is this road over here even for? Like, they can just use this road. It's not necessary to have a secondary road at the back. So I don't really get the point of a second road over here. Okay, that's a tunnel. Look at that shit. I can't build anywhere. Why doesn't it show the price? Look at that. It doesn't show the price here, but over here it shows the price. So, why? Why is the road so expensive sometimes? Like here, 14,000 for that amount of road. And then you just go a little bit further, then all of a sudden it's 4 times the price. Look at that. It's literally... I'm just moving it not even a millimeter upwards. Then it goes from 14,000 to 29,000. Like, why? How does that make any sense? I'm not the one choosing to create a bridge or a tunnel or anything like that. It's the game choosing it, but because the game is choosing it, now all of a sudden the player has to pay, instead of 14,000, 29,000, just because the game chooses that instead of that. Literally, look at that. I'm moving my mouse by 1 millimeter, and then the price doubles. Like, what? There's no rhyme or reason to the fucking road construction in this game. It's so fucking obtuse, honestly. So I don't think I need that road because they can just use this road in and out, so that's fine. Over here I am gonna need a functional road, and I want it over in that direction. Okay, apparently I can do that for some reason. Also, why does it change the slope over here? Slope too steep, why? Look at that shit. Look at that. Why does it do that right over there? Why? Look at that shit. The road is 100. It's 90 degrees. That road. Look at that. Look at that. Why does the game choose to do that? Look at that shit. It's causing me to not be able to build over here. Just because the game arbitrarily chooses to do a fucking waterfall elevation right over there. Look at that. That road is a bloody waterfall over there. That's one thing about these types of games. If the road construction system is dog shit, then it makes your life so difficult. Like, I could even do this. This is not bad, but then it says the slope is too steep over here. So why doesn't it change the slope? Instead of just telling the player the slope is too steep, why doesn't the game change the slope? Just do it. Don't tell the player about the problem and then not fix the problem. Just fucking fix the problem. If the player wants to build a road, the game is supposed to automatically fix the road. Exactly how it does it, like over here, for instance. You know, the road looks nice over here. It adds all of these pillars over here automatically, all of that kind of good stuff. But then when you come over here, it can't fix it. Like, why not? That's a really bad road system. And as I say, a road, if a game like this has a bad road system and bad road logic, then your entire game is fucked, because you're constantly gonna be in a situation like this. Like, oh, road is too steep, so then you have to bulldoze this shit, then you have to try again, go into the road construction again, take it from here again. Okay, now it's not curving the way that it did curve. So now how am I supposed to curve the road? You see, now it's not curving the way it was curving. It was curving nicely, just like this, like zoom, like around like that. Now it's not even doing that anymore. So how am I supposed to get anything done now? The road was looking good. It was just this section over here that, according to the game, was too steep. So I removed that section, and now the road that it's trying to construct is completely fucking different. So, like, what? Like, as I already said, if your game has a shitty road system, the entire game is gonna be shitty, because roads in a game like this is extremely important. The logistics of your game is extremely important. If you fuck up your roads, or your traffic system gets overloaded due to having bad roads, then your game is screwed, like, really. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not even gonna spend 10 minutes working this road out here, and then I have to do the same over here. I have to connect these roads. There's another fucking issue over there that I'm gonna have to deal with. And then we have to connect all of the roads. Then we have to connect this road over here to this one over here, because I don't think a dirt road is going to be good here. So we have to transform that into a proper road. We're going to have to do like 30 minutes of road construction over here, because the road system is shitty. Like in a game like Cities Skylines 1, or Highrise City is another fantastic game. In fact, Highrise City is even better than City Skylines, in my opinion. In those games, they have very robust road systems, road logic, I guess you could call it, to the point where you can just like boom, 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 and then there you go, you have an entire road system done. In this game, you can very clearly see that is not the case. That's not going to be the case. Even like the shit over here, I explicitly placed these next to each other because logically you should just be able to connect this road to that road very easily, but instead it does this bullshit over here with the elevation change. So it's very clear that the game has some quite significant logical errors in the building system and the road system as well, and those are insurmountable. You're not going to be able to play the game with those issues. So that already would, in my opinion, make the game unplayable. If you've played a game like Highrise City or Cities Skylines, you will know that a logistic system and road system is extremely important to just be able to do it quickly and easily. Like in Cities Skylines and Highrise City, you select the width of your road and like you go like boom, 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 and you're done. Like just nice and easy. In this game, very clearly, it's not. It's not so fucking easy, you know. So yeah. Otherwise than that, the game doesn't have a tutorial in the game. It has a standalone tutorial, which I don't do standalone tutorials because standalone tutorials take 30 minutes or an hour or more, and at the end of the day you abandon that progress. Any progress that you've made during the standalone tutorial, you just completely abandon, and I don't do that. I don't lose progress. I refuse to lose progress. So the game doesn't have a tutorial in the game. It should have a tutorial in the game. So while you start here, like we started here, it should immediately tell you, like, go over here, select a place, select your agricultural farm. You can only place it in certain areas. You have to design the road in mind. You have to place the depot. You have to buy trucks, all of those kind of things. And this game didn't tell us any of that at all. In fact, the game that I just mentioned, Highrise City, has the best tutorial of any game that I have ever played. Like, hands down, that game has the best tutorial I've ever played, and it just so happens to be exactly this type of a game. I've never seen a game with a better tutorial, a more expansive and just absolutely fantastic, even with voiceover. The tutorial even has good high quality voiceover. I've never seen a game with such a good tutorial that just eases the player through the entire learning process of how to play a quite difficult to understand city builder. Like Highrise City is exactly like Cities Skylines. And Cities Skylines and Highrise City are not easy games to pick up. You know, they're not easy games to understand. And that tutorial just is fantastic in the amount of information that it provides a player and how it guides the player. So I honestly would highly recommend these developers to go play Highrise City to learn what a tutorial is, because this game doesn't have a tutorial in the actual game, and they need to learn how to implement a tutorial into the game. That will really help the initial player experience quite a lot. And like I say, I've played a lot of these games. I mean, I did everything up until now without a tutorial. It's just I'm not willing to bash my head against the fucking wall to understand the rest of the minutia that the game involves and having to deal with a really shitty logistics system. So yeah, I really suggest that the developers go play Highrise City and see what is the best tutorial that I've ever played. And I've played probably close to 2,000 games in my life, and that is the best tutorial that I've ever experienced. Um, Otherwise than that, we saw a glitch or a bug where the game has an infinite loading screen. It had like a 25-minute loading screen before I just closed the game. I force closed the game with Alt F4. So yeah, 25-minute loading screens are certainly not acceptable. Yeah, honestly, overall, I can see why this game is 5 out of 10 on Steam right now. And as I always say, when I review an early access game, I don't care about the future. I don't care about any roadmap that the developers might have. I don't care about any bugs that they might fix in the future. I don't care about any content that they might have planned in the future. I don't care. The game needs to be worth $25 right now. As the game is here, the price that the developers are asking needs to be appropriate for the content and the quality that the game is providing right now. In the future, when the game is better and when the game has more content, then they can raise the price. That's no problem at all. But the game needs to be worth $25 right now, and it absolutely isn't. The game is broken currently, in my opinion. Broken and unplayable with the various issues. So, yeah, that's my opinion of the game. As I said at the beginning, it is strange. In my opinion, it doesn't make business sense for Toplets, who are the publisher and the rights holders behind industry giant. It doesn't make sense for them to have selected this developer who have only ever developed a single game, and that was over 40 years ago. So that's very, very strange, and unfortunately, it seems like Toplets have made the incorrect decision in choosing this developer. That's just my opinion. I called them out at the beginning of the video, saying that I have doubts whether or not this game would be good, would be worth the money, based on the developer that they chose, without me even having played the game. And now, after having played the game, I indeed am vindicated in my decision to criticize the choice of the developer. I don't think this developer is capable of creating a good city builder type game like Cities Skylines or Highrise City or anything like that. So yeah, for $25, I actually quickly want to see what the price is of Highrise City, and based on that, like, Highrise City is fantastic. Highrise City is even better than City Skylines. It's actually significantly better than City Skylines, in my opinion. So Highrise City is $30 right now. So for for $5 more than what you're paying for this game, you can get Highrise City, which is insane. Like, that's a no-brainer, you know. Just pay $5 more than what you would have paid for Industry Giant 4, and then you get Highrise City, which is bloody amazing. And Cities Skylines is also a good game. Cities Skylines 1, not Cities Skylines 2, because Cities Skylines 2 is a steaming pile of dog shit. So Cities Skylines 1 is also $30, but it has over $200 of DLC, which means it costs like $250 for the entire game. So it's not really fair to compare a game like Highrise City, which costs $30, against a game like Cities Skylines, which costs $250. So it's not even a valid comparison. If the developers of Cities Skylines want to charge $250 for their game, then that's fine. They can charge $250 for their game. But City Skylines is not worth $250. Whereas Highrise City absolutely is worth the asking price of $30. And as I already said, this game is nowhere close to being worth $25 even, in my opinion. It's not even worth $10, quite honestly, because of how broken it is. So yeah, that's my opinion of the game. I will check out the game again in the future as the game gets closer to release. The game released like a month ago or so. So it's still pretty early in the early access period, but that doesn't really matter because right now it's not worth the money. It's not worth $25, in my opinion. It might be worth it in the future, but right now it's not worth it. So I can't recommend the game right now. So yeah, guys, that's my opinion of the game. As I already said, definitely if you're looking for a game like this, which is way, way, way better, even better than City Skylines, then just get Highrise City. Highrise City is a fucking fantastic game. It has the best tutorial that I've ever played in any game ever, and it's $30, which is really, really worth it in my opinion. I've already gotten more than 100 hours of gameplay out of Highrise City, and yeah, it's just a really fantastic city builder. Um, so yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. As always, if you want to see more reviews, if you want to enable me to do more reviews and to purchase more games to do more reviews for you guys, then your support on patreon.com/LFP would be very much appreciated. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.